I'm about to go see The Rise of Skywalker. I have my earplugs because someone in the lobby is going to freaking spoil something, so I'm not going to let them. And I'm wearing my costume. Just show you my costume here. So that's how I feel about it. I'm going to go watch this movie. See how it goes. Wish me luck. All right. After many days, this is my Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker review. You could call it a his and her review. She's helped me. She hasn't seen it yet. Yeah. Look at you. Okay. So I have notes because I have a lot to say. So I'm just going to go through the movie chronologically. So I really loved when the Emperor said he made Snoke, because it just like answered that question. We're all like, who's Snoke? And he's like, I made Snoke. And it's like, okay. It did feel a bit last minute that he added that in. But it answered the question, which is what I wanted. I wanted questions answered. Also, if you look in the background, there's a bunch of Snoke clones. Actually, it's not really in the background. The camera kind of pans by it. A bunch of Snoke clones. I thought that was pretty cool. Kylo Ren says he's going to kill Palpatine, and Palpatine says, I've died before. That line was awesome. Because it also validated that it shows that Vader did actually kill Palpatine. Because I was like, what is this guy doing back here? He got killed. But he was killed and somehow he survived. Actually explains how he survived. He says, the Sith do things that are unnatural. So that's how he rolls. I liked the light speed skipping part. What are you doing? Are you tired? It's like 1 a.m. She won't go to sleep. You're part of this now. You woke up. You wouldn't sleep. You're part of this. Look, that's you. But you're in this. So the light speed skipping I thought was fun. I thought it was cool. The editing of the movie seemed pretty choppy. Like, there's got to be an extended version of this movie. There just has to be. It just went so fast through everything. There's got to be a few more minutes here and there. I would love an extended version. Disney, shut up and take my money. I will pay you for an extended version that doesn't suck. Okay, more on that later. Okay. Loved that Leia is training Rey in Jedi stuff. Love that. Love that Rey called her master. Thought it was so cool. Also like that it shows Rey training, because they had not really shown that before. Luke was supposed to teach her 3 lessons, but he didn't. He taught her 2, and then the third one's in the deleted scene. So Leia training Rey, super cool. I really liked Rey saying that I will earn your brother's saber, because she just has everything handed to her. Not really everything handed to her. Like, power just comes to her. So it's like, man, nothing's hard for her. So it was cool to see that she felt the need to earn Luke's saber from Leia. So she turned the saber back into Leia after they were training. So I really liked that. Also, 3PO being like super nice to R2 before they go on a mission. He's like, if this doesn't work, like, I just want you to know you've been my friend forever. I just think it's so funny that finally, after 9 movies, 3PO is being kind to R2 because he's been such a jerk to him, especially at the beginning of A New Hope. Let's see. Oh, when Kylo Ren gets his mask remade, and he's like, I sense unease about my appearance, General Hux, and he's like, no, well done. Then the other First Order lady to Hux's left, she's like, I like it. I just thought it was funny that they're just talking about his mask and they like it, and then they just move on. So that was funny. They introduced a new force power very subtly. When Rey's wearing the necklace and her and Kylo are force Skyping and he just reaches through and grabs the necklace, that was cool. That's never been done before, so it's cool. I like new stuff. It worked in the story. It was super convenient, but it worked. And these guys are a dyadem, or what's it called? A dyad. So sure, they can grab necklaces off each other in the force. Also, the stuff Kylo says is a little bit rapey. Just saying. Okay. When the little Muppet driver in Lando's little tank thing, when they open the door and he's like, take us this place, and the driver's just like, okay. Just love that part. Loved it. It was like a whole bunch of the theater laughed on that part. I thought it was super funny. When the rocket the rocket pack trooper dies and he's like flying all around. He's like, and then he finally smashes into the wall. I just thought it was funny because that's like Battlefront 2. That's how they die in Battlefront 2. So, or the first one, I don't remember, but that's probably a nod to that game. So that was pretty funny. I don't know if you caught this, but 3PO has a really weird line when they go through the quicksand and they're in the cave and everyone's like falling through and talking. 3PO says, "This isn't the afterlife, is it?" He says, "Are droids allowed in here? Or allowed here?" Really weird line. It's funny, but it's like so weird. I'm wondering if the reason they pushed The Mandalorian in episode 7 up before the release of Rise of Skywalker, so we could see Baby Yoda healing that guy, so that we know that's a force power, I guess. Because Rey heals the snake, which sets it up later, because she's going to use it later. So I'm wondering if that's why they moved it up. And also, Rey can force heal, because she can do everything. I started laughing when they were fighting over the ship and Rey was pulling it and then she like zapped it with lightning. I just started laughing. On a second viewing though, that scene is actually really cool. But at first I was like, oh my gosh, like, man, she can do it all. What else? Oh, I thought it was cool that she had a vision of her and Kylo Ren on the throne of the Sith. I thought that was pretty cool. Just anytime Rey has any vision stuff, I've always liked that. Like in Force Awakens, my favorite scene is the vision scene. Okay, where else? Oh, not that this is a problem, because First Order stormtroopers are taken as little children. I'm tired too. To be stormtroopers, and this movie has like a ton of female stormtroopers. And again, there's no problem with that because there would be, but it just seemed like this movie was going out of its way to just like hit you in the face like over and over, like female stormtrooper. So take that as you will, but I noticed it. It was very noticeable. I thought it was funny when Poe was a spice runner, and Finn's like, "Get your spice." But also on a serious note, I like that because it shows that people can change. That's a big theme of the whole series, and especially these new ones, is that people can change. So I like that. I mean, he basically was a drug dealer. And look, if you're tired, then you should stay in bed. How hard is that? So I like that. I like that it shows that Poe can change. And where are we at here? Oh, I really, really wish I had not seen so many movie trailers for this, because the part when Rey escapes in the Falcon was just totally ruined by the trailers, because you see how she gets out of that. So wish I wouldn't have seen so many trailers. We are going to go to page 2 of 4. So you can leave anytime, but this is what we're doing. Okay, I was going to show a clip of this, but whatever, you've seen it. The Death Star 2 explodes in Return of the Jedi. It explodes very thoroughly. Yeah, there's huge chunks flying around everywhere, but I mean, like, that chunk is huge, sitting in that water plant on one of the Endor moons. Like, come on. That is a huge piece of the Death Star. You just have to push the believe button on that one, because that thing blew up, so I don't know what the deal is, but whatever. Oh, and why does the dagger work that way? You hold it up and it follows the skyline of the Death Star, and then the thing points like, ugh, I don't know about that. What do you think? I don't know. You should be asleep. So, I don't know. Also, so Rey, she steals a boat, and she's a master sailor all of a sudden. She's like, I can just drive a boat. I grew up on this desert planet, but driving a boat's no big deal. But she has the Force, right? She has the Force. But I just thought it was kind of silly that she just like can drive this boat thing through this crazy water. Yeah, she has the Force, but it's like, come on, she does, like, let Janna drive her across. Come on, what's the deal here? But she's determined. But she's a master sailor. I loved the Dagobah cave scene. So in the Emperor's throne room with the cool music, the fan service music, which I love, by the way. She goes in that little cave thing and has her own vision of Dark Rey. She has her own vision of Dark Rey. It's so cool. It's just like the cave on Dagobah when Luke faces Vader that is his face. So that part was great. And that's like repeating, like poetry. Like George Lucas says that the series repeats itself like poetry does, and I liked it. I felt like episode 9. I feel like episode 9 did that. Just go to sleep, kid. Just close your eyes. And Evil Ray did a face like Bilbo does in Fellowship of the Ring when Frodo's trying to take the ring and he's like, ah! Evil Ray totally did a Bilbo face and I laughed. It was funny, but whatever. Let's see. Leia's death was good. They must not have had very much footage. She's not in it very much. But I liked that she basically died by contacting Ben through the Force, and that used up all her juice. However, a lot of people are dying from using too much Force juice. Maybe don't do that as much. So that was... But it was good. It distracted him, I guess, and then Rey's like, ah! So her death was cool. I thought it had meaning. So it was good. I was really worried that she would have a dumb death, but made sense. I loved that Rey steals his ship. So funny. I laughed in the theater on that part. I was just like, yes, Rey steals the ship. So cool, because why not? Now, the memory Han, I don't know what else to call him, but memory Han, that got me in the feels. That was so cool. I really liked, I thought that was like some of Harrison Ford's best acting that I've seen in a long time. So that was beautiful, beautiful scene. Really like that. Love the part with when Poe's like, I can't do this alone. I need you to co-lead with me. And he's like, General, and Finn's like, General. They're just like, General. Anyway, that was amazing. Their relationship was awesome. There's a lot of things that undid things in The Last Jedi, like when Rey throws the lightsaber into the fire and Luke catches it and he says a Jedi's weapon deserves more respect. And I was like, yeah, Luke. Anyway, it was cool. And then he said I was wrong, so it's nice to see that he was changing. And so Leia knew that Rey was a Palpatine, just like Obi knew that Leia was Luke's sister. But Rey didn't get mad. She was just surprised that Leia trained her anyway. So that was kind of cool. And again, repeating like poetry, like George Lucas says. And let's see. Oh, Leia's lightsaber. Such a cool idea. I loved that. Loved that. And I love the flashback with the CG young Luke and Leia. So cool. It just makes the whole series feel more validated. So cool. And so Luke raises his X-Wing out of the ocean, which in The Last Jedi, the wing of the X-Wing was the door on his hut. If you watch that part of the movie, you can see the 5 red stripes for Red 5 on the door of his hut. That was the wing of that X-Wing. And he raises it out of the water and it flies off. So they just totally undid that Last Jedi part. So it was cool though. It was cool, but dang, they undid that thing. And where else are we at here? The Haldo maneuver. They're like, let's just do some Haldo maneuvers. And they're like, nah, are you crazy? That's 1 in a million. You can't do that. It's like, wow. Just again, kind of, if not undoing that scene, just kind of isolating it. Like, hey, this didn't break Star Wars like everyone was saying it did. So, like Haldo ramming into the ship. So, if you didn't know that. There's a part where, I didn't talk about, I skipped this. So Janna, the other stormtrooper runaway girl, super cool idea that there's a whole bunch more stormtroopers that quit, I guess. It's a cool idea, a little bit wasted, but it's a cool idea. And then later, Janna's like, not bad for only 1 riding lesson, and it's like, what is this? So it just makes me think there's more deleted scenes in this movie. We gotta have an extended version. I will buy. Do it. Who are all these Sith hoodies? All these guys that are just like chanting stuff. in Palpatine's lair. They're just like chanting stuff. Who are all these guys? What do they do there? What do they do all the time? They just have Sith meetings? I don't know. What do they do? Well, I don't know. Who are they? Whatever. Okay, Palpatine says that if he dies, his spirit's going to go into Rey. Man, that is so rapey. I'm sorry, but there's just a little bit of rapey language in this movie. Yeah, speed. Oh, and then the horses are running around on the ship, and they're like, "Do the speeder jammers," and it's like, "We can't. They're on space horses." So it's like speeder jammers. Okay. What is? Oh, and why do they narrate stuff? Why is Palpatine like, pick up? She picks up her lightsaber and she walks towards me, and then she. It's just like, why are you guys narrating this? Just like Snoke did. Weird. I love that Rey will not hate Palpatine. I love that. So Jedi-ish. It's so Jedi-ish for her to not give in to hate. She's like, I won't even hate you. Oh, that line was so Jedi-ish. All right, page 3. Page 3, here we go. If you're sticking with me for this, thank you. Okay, the Ben Solo theme, after he turns good, if you noticed, it sounds like the Kylo Ren theme from the beginning of Force Awakens, where it's like, wah, 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 wah. But it's like, it's still playing it, but it's like really cheerful. It's like really upbeat and happy. Now, you music people, maybe you could explain what that means. But I'm not sure. I don't know what it means. But it's the same Kylo Ren theme, but it's like upbeat and happy, and now it's the Ben Solo theme. So I don't know how they did that, but it was really cool, and I noticed that. I believe the Emperor says, "Do it." Again, he goes, "Do it." Awesome. This is the best line ever, so glad he said that. I love when the Emperor just like sucks the life out of Rey and Kylo, and then he like recharges and looks all cool and youngish again. So that was pretty cool. What else? Oh, there's a dyad in the Force, so that's Kylo and Rey are a dyad, so 2 as 1. But the Emperor said something really cool. He says that it hasn't been seen for generations, and instantly I'm like, ooh, who is the first dyad? I gotta know it. So, and I'm like, should I know it already? I don't know, but I want to know who the first dyad in the Force is. What else? Okay, all these good guy ships coming. Come on, they're like, okay, Lando, you go fly around the middle of the galaxy and be like, hey, everyone. Hopefully you're just sitting in your ship, like, come join this battle that's happening right now. Never mind the time that it'll take us to fly there. So I feel like the Disney trilogy has, like, no concept of space and distance and time. Also, Lando basically said, on your left, as people came through portals. So in Endgame, it makes sense because they're portals and it's magic. But it was a little bit, I was like, oh, how did everyone get here so quick? But whatever. It was fun. It was cool. The Ghost was there. The Ghost was totally there. The ship from Rebels. And, where are we at here? Oh, Zori and Babu Freak, like, they're like, yay, we survived. And then Babu pops up and he's like, yeah, me too. That was totally like Thumb Wars. Did you just throw up on me? No? Okay, good. That's totally like Thumb Wars. I thought that was pretty funny. And, Zori I don't think she ever shot her guns. And she has like these cool guns and she never shot them. So, kind of weird. I want more Zori. She was way cool. I liked when Rey got the crap kicked out of her and she's laying on the ground and she's like, be with me. That was calling back to earlier in the movie when she was meditating with all the rocks everywhere, saying, be with me, because she's trying to connect with the Jedi. So it's so cool that it was something that she was trying to do earlier in the movie, and then later in the movie, it comes back around. Hey, why are you yelling? You should be sleeping. Just go to sleep. Aww. Anyway, that was cool. I liked it. I liked that she actually could connect with him at that point. Also, I like that it showed that she's strong, but she needs like all the past Jedi to help her defeat this super enemy. So it would have been really stupid if she just beat the Emperor. It would have been super dumb. But the fact that like all these Jedis are like, we're here, that was cool. I like that. That was basically the only solution that would have been acceptable at that point. Okay. Now the first time I saw it, I was like, it was okay. It was like a middle of the road Marvel movie, like Black Panther. I thought it was just okay. I kind of just thought it was a middle of the road movie. But the second time I saw the movie, I watched it in IMAX, and so I could hear a lot more clearly what all the different past Jedis were saying. And I heard Hayden Christensen as Anakin say, he says, "Bring back the balance, Rey, as I did." And I was like, yes. Because at first it's like, man, are they just invalidating Anakin's whole arc? Like, that he killed the Emperor, that he brought balance. Like, what do they do? That he's the chosen one? And the fact that he did bring balance, and then he's like, bring it back as I did. It just validated that they didn't undo what Anakin did with this Emperor plotline. However, I think it's silly the Emperor's in the movie, but why are you grabbing my face? Just close your eyes and sleep. But I also thought it was silly that they brought Darth Maul back to life in Clone Wars. So I think they did as cool a job as they could. Or, you know what I mean? I don't know, because I can't respond. You can comment. Why are you touching my mouth? Why are you touching my mouth? You're not a dentist. Get your hands out there. Okay. 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 So I love that part. On the second viewing, it was almost like, okay, I like this movie. When I heard Anakin say that, it tied it all together for me. So second viewing was good. Where else? You're getting kind of crazy now. You're getting crazy. Okay. With all the Force ghosts, which you can look online to see who they all are, but it was fun to listen and guess. You serious right now? It all. Okay. When all the Force ghosts were talking to her. Okay, sorry, I gotta say this without your fingers moving. I gotta do it. I wish that they would have been there as Force ghosts, like all of them behind her, like with her hand on her shoulder or something, just like standing there, like, yeah, we're helping. But they said they were there, so it was cool. But oh man, they could have made Force ghosts. Extended version Disney, do it. I'll buy it. I'll buy every version. What are you doing to me? Why are you doing that? I don't do that to you. I don't do that to you. What are you doing? Okay, so I wish they would have done that. Force ghosts on that part would have been super cool. I love that when Rey defeats Palpatine, that it basically kills her. She dies. Like, so cool. Because she just like, boom, Palpatine, you're dead. And it's like, come on. Anyway, it was cool. No, I need my glasses. I can't see without my glasses. It was cool that she basically died to defeat Palpatine because he's so bad it would take a death to do that. Don't you think? Let's see. I have give me extended version, take my money. I said that. You guys should see the villain pub where the guy's like, all I want is for Rey and Kylo Ren to be like, this is our galaxy, Palpatoots, and then join forces and defeat him and kiss. He's holding action figures. That totally happened. What are you doing to me? So that was funny. I thought Ben sacrificing himself to save her was super cool, and it was sad, but it was perfect because, like my mom pointed out, everybody would want to kill him. They wouldn't be like, "Oh, hey, it's Kylo Ren. Like, what's up? Like, what are you doing? You know, like, let's be friends." They'd be like, "You killed my whole village. I want you to die." So my mom pointed out it'd be a good point for he's got to die. Plus, now Rey can hook up with Poe. You got to take it easy. Okay, and then I love that after they kissed, that Ben smiled. He had this huge old smile that you only see half of. I like that big old Ben smile. He's redeemed. He dies. That was cool. He disappears immediately, so it's like oh my gosh. Take it easy. He disappears immediately, so you're not like, oh, heal him again, kiss him again, or something. It's just he's done. He did. And so during the celebration at the end of the movie, I'm not trying to offend anybody here, there's a gay kissing scene, and my whole theater, it wasn't just a few people, the whole theater groaned because they're just like, ugh, come on. So that's not meant to be offensive to you. You can believe what you want. But I thought it was really ham-fisted, and it's just like, oh, look at this, look at what we can do. It's just like, come on. So pretty ham-fisted. Theater whole groaned. The whole theater groaned. I like that when Rey goes back to Tatooine, that there's the Jawas there, and you hear Utini one last time. So one last time in the Skywalker saga, a Jawa yells Utini. I was like, yes. What else? Oh, so Rey's digging, right? But she's too good for a shovel. She just force digs. She's so powerful. So I just thought it was silly that she's just like, I don't need a shovel. I'm going to force dig. It's just like, come on, Rey. Like, you're so lazy. What else? Oh, and then she turns on her lightsaber, which, according to Darth Maul and Solo, means she must be right about to make a phone call, because Darth Maul makes phone calls with his lightsaber on, doesn't he? So her lightsaber's cool. I like that it was yellow. I like that it was made from her little stick that she carries around it forever. But it's silly that she just turns it on. It's like, okay. Maybe you could have thought of a different reason. How could I see to turn it on? Yeah. So it's kind of cool. What are you doing? What are you doing? Okay, just a few more notes. Here we go. Okay. So it was better the second time. How? Here's a question. How did Kylo Ren get his ship back? Does he just have 2 copies of his silencer TIE fighter thing? Like, Rey cuts the wing off. And then, like, a few scenes later, it's like, where's my ship again? It's like, what are you doing with that? She just cut that thing off and explode, whatever. So it's kind of weird. Okay. I discovered 3 errors in this. 3 errors in this movie, and you can fight me if you want. These are errors. So the first error is General Pride. He's like, use ion cannons. And it's like, why use an ion cannons? Those are the blue ones that disable ships. They don't kill ships. They just disable ships. And so then they're shooting and it's all green. And it's like, those are just normal lasers. Those aren't ion cannons. Come on. We know what ion cannons are. What are you doing? So I thought it was kind of silly. I was like, come on. You couldn't watch one Empire Strikes Back? Let's go. So it was kind of silly. So Rey steals Kylo's ship to go to Ahch-To and leaves him there. But then later he shows up on Exegol with a TIE fighter. And it looks like a TIE fighter LN, which is just the normal TIE fighter. And guess what? According to canon Wikipedia, those TIE fighters don't have hyperspeed. Come on, JJ. So it's implying that that's how he got to the planet. And I don't know how close Endor is to Exegol, but I mean, it's got to be within hyper. You got to need the hyperspeed. You're not going to fly there. So I thought that was so that's an error because that thing does not have hyperspeed. However, Ben is very talented, and maybe he just force grabbed it all. I can explain away any error. I'll explain the biggest problem here in a minute, though. And then also, Chewie already got a medal at the Battle of Yavin. It's not in the movie, but in canon Marvel Comics, Chewie gets a medal, but he does not want to have it at that time. He wants to go to his people and have it presented to him, but he ends up giving it to a little girl. Anyway, that's a canon Marvel comic. Lucasfilm has Lucasfilm Story Group. This is their job, to jive that stuff. So that was kind of silly that he gets it again. So whatever. I mean, Leia's not going to use it, and a lot of people haven't read the comics. But it's like, come on, what's the point of Story Group if you guys are going to just redo stuff over again? So that was weird. Okay. So 2 problems. 1, Luke is wasted in this movie. He's totally wasted. He's in the trilogy. He's not in episode 7, but they keep talking about him. Snoke's like, if he comes back, the Jedi will rise. And then, like, everyone's talking about him. And then in episode 8, he's like a demasculated loser who comes back at the end, and it's super cool. And it's like, yes, he's back. Yes, that was so cool. That little force trick he did. So cool, right? But then he, like, dies from using the force too hard. Which in The Last Jedi's defense, which that feels gross to say that. In The Last Jedi's defense, they established that early in the movie when Kylo says, how are you doing this? It would kill you, right? When they're doing the teleconference through the force. Anyway. So Luke dying because he's using the force too hard. Come on. Save it for the next movie. That was dumb. And then in the next one, he's just a force ghost. So they wasted Luke in this trilogy. Just to have him not be in it. Just have people talk about him. Be way better. Anyway. That's my biggest disappointment of this new trilogy, is that Luke was just totally wasted. Took the coolest guy ever, wasted his character. Dumb. The second problem is that the trilogy, it's a mess. It feels like a mess. It doesn't feel like a cohesive story. Like, it definitely doesn't feel like they had an outline. I'm excited to watch them again. I haven't been able to watch 7 and 8 just because the story felt so broken. But now I want to watch them again. Because of episode 9, so that's good. So maybe it'll feel more cohesive. So my final score for this movie, I give it a Rey out of 10, because Rey solved Star Wars. because now that they have Rey, they can't really. There's nothing that'll be hard ever again. But yeah, solid Rey out of 10. But maybe Rey's not as powerful now that her dyad partner is dead. So anyway, that is my review of The Rise of Skywalker. I liked it. It feels weird saying that because I've been whining about The Last Jedi for the last while. So I liked it. I'm happy with that. It's really growing on me. I'm excited to read the extended book, and I really want there to be an extended movie. There's got to be one. Do it. Anyway, thank you for watching if you made it this far. Let me know if you made it this far and what you thought. I may mix this with my other videos that I took in my car right after the movie, or I may not. But, yeah, thank you. Thanks for spending some time with us. Late night, his and her movie review. And have a good one. Let me know what you thought, though. Thanks for watching. Okay, one more thing. One more thing. Freaking love that Rey is a Palpatine. Love it. I thought it was so cool. Because it kind of explains why her little powers were waking up. Just kind of makes sense. So I like that. I like that a lot. Also, 2 things about the comics that we're starting to lay the foundation for Kylo Ren getting redeemed. One, in a Snoke comic, Snoke takes Kylo to Dagobah and sends him to the Dagobah cave. And he tells him to kill his parents. And he does not. And he ends up cutting down the Dagobah cave, and Snoke thinks he did, but he didn't. So he did not kill his parents in that little Force vision. And then later, there's another comic called The Rise of Kylo Ren, where it shows what happened to the Jedi Temple, and it shows that after he comes out of the rubble from collapsing his little hut onto Luke, that the temple just like explodes, and Kylo Ren's like, or Ben's like, no, and so all the Jedi died, but it wasn't him that went around like stabbing them all. Like they just like it exploded and caught on fire, and they died, and Ben was like, no, and so he didn't seem thrilled about it. So he was obviously being seduced by Darkseid, because when he leaves that place, he goes to Snoke, into Snoke's warm embrace. So anyway, they were kind of laying the foundation for him to get redeemed. Kind of interested in that. Oh, it's bedtime. Let's go to bed. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please subscribe and comment. And tell me what you thought of it. Oh, she bit my arm. Why would you bite my arm? Why would you do that? Anyway, thank you for watching. Okay, one last thing. I really like how Rey uses the Jedi books. The ones she got out of Luke's tree library. It's cool that she's like, clear that she's been studying them and referring to them, and during the movie she's like, oh, there's this thing in this book. Like, I really like that she's referring to the books, and she's not just like, I have knowledge. Like, it's cool that she's reading and studying. So, like Doctor Strange. Anyway, really like that a lot.